piece of advice to all my young women out there.
I love this TikTok and I had to reply. For full context, I am an old lady, I guess you could say at this point, in terms of just life experience of my friends getting married, getting divorced, dating, all of that stuff. I'm 34 years old. I'm single. I live by myself. And I want to preface this by saying, I'm not saying wanting to look for security is a bad thing, but I've had friends chase certain things and not really keep their own interests in mind when they're coupling up. Friends that have become stay-at-home moms, friends that maybe let their husband run the household in terms of following their career aspirations and putting their own on the back burner, moving for their husband, things like that. Now, listen, I'm not saying that all these situations are bad, but when you remove your own layer of financial security, you're setting yourself up for either failure or resentment. For the failure scenario, let's say you're a stay-at-home mom, your husband makes the majority of the money, you automatically have to go with all of his decisions because he is the one that's making the money, right? And God forbid something happens and there's failure, you're stuck in that situation. I literally have friends, they're not on TikTok, so hopefully they don't see this. I literally have friends that are in this situation or have been in this situation, where they're trapped in a situation where they can't leave it because they have no means and resources. That said, having a part-time job where you can have your own money on the side, or just not giving up your career in the first place. Being a stay-at-home mom, yes, is a great thing. It's a privilege, but getting back into the workforce when the kids get into school is really, really important to maintain your own safety and security in a relationship. Scenario B, resentment. If you give up all your hopes and dreams for your husband and children, I promise you there will become a time where you start to resent them. At 34 years old, I've had a lot of friends that got married young, and I've already seen a lot of those marriages crumble. At least 5 of my friends have gone through a divorce or are currently going through them. All completely different scenarios, and a lot of them have to do with this type of situation right here. Not prioritizing yourself. And remember, this is not always a financial thing either. This can also be not prioritizing your friendships and maintaining those, not prioritizing your hobbies and making sure your cup is filled. Please, 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 whatever you do, it's okay to want a man, to want a relationship, to want to settle down, but never forget about your hopes, your dreams, and your own bag, because trust me when I say it's not all a fairy tale. Okay?